What's up, guys? It is Sunday, November 30th. We're almost into December, and we are back here with Bites and Insights with Justin Bowerly, here to answer all of your start-sit questions and make some game day foods. Today, we are making some stuff with Thanksgiving leftovers. It was requested, but let's go ahead and start the show.
You're watching Bites and Insights, only on Fantasy Now Plus.
And joining me today is Brian from our Get Tilted podcast show on Thursday nights, and John making his second appearance on Fantasy Now. How are you both doing?
Oh, fantastic. I'm so excited to be here. I think this is our first show together, Justin, so I'm excited to chop it up with you. And yeah, definitely my first show with John.
With both of you guys, so it's gonna be, it should be fun.
Pun intended with the chop up there, Brian.
I host a little bit. I get there sometimes. we have a good quote once in a while.
So for you newbies on the Sunday show, you're going to hear lots of noises going on, which I think is what the Sunday crowd is used to at this point. I'm just whipping up eggs. No, we are not making scrambled eggs either. So, but yeah, if you are in the chat, be sure to say what's up. Drop your questions in the chat as well, because we'll be answering them throughout the episode. JRS, yes, we are back. Jamie, we are making... Actually, everybody, because I haven't said any of this, we are making potato croquettes today. So all of those mashed potatoes leftovers are going to get used up today. By now, probably, since we're 3 days after, your potatoes are probably really dry in the fridge, which is perfect because you want them to be dry. You don't want them oozing out. So yeah, that's what we're making. Before we really get started, guys, what do you guys need today to win some matchups? Because a lot of my good teams are pretty much going to get eliminated from the playoffs this week. So I'm very happy about that.
John, you can kick it off. I'll let you go through.
I know one of my leagues, as a bunch of people out there probably know, Amon Ra's zero is going to give them some grief. In the guillotine situations and your fishbowl situations, we really need all them points now going into the playoffs. So I'm gonna have to make up some ground with where I'm missing his points this week. I'd have to actually look at my lineups to see who's going in his play or to make up the difference. But that's who I'm thinking a lot of people are focusing on.
Yeah, Amon-Ra being out, or not being out, but missing not only 7/8 of the game, but also the fact that he is probably going to miss 2 or 3 weeks is really going to hurt a lot of people this week heading into the playoffs, because those are 20 points that each week that you expect to have, and now you're missing out on 20 points each week, and there's nobody on waivers that's going to get you 20 points a game.
Not at this point.
It's tough because a lot of the waiver questions end up being just which Jets receiver should you pick up, and it's heartbreaking to be like, I guess it's John Mechie. I don't know, man. That's just
right.
Really tough. But can at least give us some points. Just had to goose and leave. Not very. Not very.
Get a reception, man. Give me like 1.5 at least. I mean, I made the mistake and didn't check my lineups. Which you tell everybody, check your lineups. And I forgot to put Josh Jacobs in. That was 10 points that I missed out on. Guess who I had in? Emmanuel Wilson, who did not give me 10 points. So we're looking for big games from Jonathan Taylor and Bijan Robinson today. Let's just put it that way, because things
could do worse. If you need big game from people, at least the number one running back is a pretty good bet on to help you out.
He either scores 3 touchdowns or no touchdowns, and it's more likely that he scores 3 touchdowns in a game than he scores no touchdowns. So maybe this will be the game. Down over 100 points going into the games today. Ooh, facing AJ, JMO, Swift, and Mahomes. That's tough.
That's a bad beat. especially with JMO doing what he did on Thanksgiving.
So I guess prepare for week 14 already, because
Yeah, Swift and Monangai both getting them 100-yard games. I think was
That was
semi
huge.
unexpected too.
that was huge. So as you see here, I have mashed potatoes in the bowl, which are already seasoned. I don't really need to season them anymore. I just added an egg to it. You can do this in a mixer. I probably should do this in a mixer, but I'm not going to. What's this?
It's all,
All right,
good.
here's my
We got
fun
one
one
from
for-
Charlene.
Oh God, you're
Here's a
still
fun
asking
one.
this question.
Purdy,
You're definitely
Brissett,
gonna fund
Mariota.
it.
Goodness.
30% Mariota and Cousins.
Being
Yeah,
that
I hate your league too.
Go ahead.
Yeah, for me, it's Brissett for sure. At least one of them. And then you can kind of lock that one in. The other one rather.
Purdy in a
Mike.
snow game. Mariota vert. Is Mariota playing?
Oh,
I thought Jaden
they're
Daniels had a
playing
chance
against-
to play.
Let's get the Broncos. I don't know if I care.
That's fair. And Cousins. Who's Atlanta playing today? Dang, I need to have the schedule up.
Atlanta had a okay matchup. I think they're against
Atlanta's got the
Do you-
Jets.
Jets.
Charlene, is this your 2 QB league where you have to play 2 QBs? Because if this is super flex, I'm not playing 2 QBs today. Otherwise, I guess if you had to pick Brissett and Cousins against the Jets, maybe Purdy, even though it's a snow game. Although the snow
Well,
I saw in
they're against the
Cleveland is pretty much
Browns.
done with.
I actually heard
I-
a stat the other day that they said Purdy, since he's been back, is only throwing 10-yard dinks and dunks, which in the snow, I don't know, that might be all right because you still got Kittle. Jennings will be in there. They'll send Pearsall down to open up some room. So if the
still
weather does
exists.
say, oh yeah, see, he's going to get some receptions because that's where he's leading more than the ground.
Seems he's gonna have a disgusting 10-catch, 45-yard game. I can feel it. Against a good Browns defense and in the snow. It might be one where you're happy with the score, but not happy with watching that game. I need Max Brosmer to be something today. That's what I'm worried about.
Wow.
I need Justin Jefferson to live up to the draft capital today. So big Vikings fan today. Go third stringer.
Can't do
If
any worse than
Olave-
Jefferson or than JJ has done. So
If Olave is healthy today, are you starting Olave over Justin Jefferson? That was the
Absolutely.
question on Wednesday.
Yeah, without a doubt. There's too much uncertainty, and honestly, I'm pretty burnt by JJ McCarthy at this point because I would like to say and feel comfortable with Justin Jefferson with any QB because he's done it before. JJ McCarthy has somehow broken the mold. Waddle over JJ, yes, for sure. Jalen Waddle has been awesome, and I don't doubt he's going to continue to be great till the end of the season. Combination of both the Dolphins are still playing for pride, and like Mike McDaniel might not be bad, or I mean, at least for offensive scheme. So I would definitely play Waddle. I don't know. We need 2 wide receiver, 2 flex. Sutton, Jaden Higgins, Marvin Harrison Jr., Tez Johnson, Chris Godwin, or Bayshal Tutin. So we need 4 players total out of the 6.
Well,
Okay.
Marvin Harrison is expected to play. He is questionable with his illness, but he's also coming off of missing 2 weeks from an appendectomy. I think I'm going Jaden Higgins against the Colts. Dang, wait, how many players you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you need to not start 2 of these guys.
Yeah.
If Godwin's back and healthy, I'm not starting Tez.
I think Higgins is the lock against the Colts today.
Yeah.
Sutton's been slow, but I would actually go with him against Washington.
Okay, that's our 2 wide receivers. The 2 flex is way harder because I want to play Tootin, and they
Yeah,
are
I
in a
want to play.
they're in a
I wanna
favorable matchup
play-
against the Titans.
If Marv is playing, I'm playing him. If he's
Yeah, last I read, he's a
Godwin.
go.
I almost want to say Godwin. Yeah, he is a go today, or he's expected to play today. I think you go Higgins, Tootin, Godwin. Neither Marv or Sutton. I think it's between Marv and Sutton, not Godwin and Sutton, or not Godwin and Marv. I think Marv is a play if he's healthy.
I'm scared
He's
about the
at-
Buccaneers
he's gonna have-
wide receivers.
He's gonna have Jacoby Brissett, and he hasn't really had Jacoby Brissett. And it's not Kyler Murray. So I mean, look at what Michael Wilson is doing with Jacoby Brissett.
That should open up for both of them, really.
Yeah. So I just added sharp cheddar cheese to this mixture of mashed potato, flour, and eggs. I'm actually going to add a little bit more flour because this is a little moist still. So really, you're just wanting to get this all binded together. If anybody cares.
I care. I shouldn't have not eaten before this because the croquette sounds super good.
Also,
Now I'm semi-distracted.
might be worth of note. I have not made a potato croquette since college, so it's been at least 15 years.
Let's go.
We'll see how this turns out today.
Like riding a bike.
We actually do have mashed potatoes in the fridge, so when I
There
get
you
off
go.
here, I
And
guess I know what I'll
everybody's
be making for
everybody has
breakfast.
egg and flour, so it's this should be pretty easy. And then you can make any kind of sauce. You can eat this with ranch, aioli, gravy, nothing. Just eat it by itself.
Yeah, give me that Chipotle aioli potato croquette. Sign me up for that. Good morning. Good morning, Ryan H. Starting any of the wide receivers or QBs in the Cleveland game today for either team? Some teams might not have a choice. Like you may have to just suit up Juwan Jennings or I guess Judy if you're really struggling. That's tough. I guess I'd kind of opt not to. The running backs feel like they would crush.
Could be a tight end game too.
If you have the chance not to start any of the wide receivers or quarterbacks in today's Cleveland game, don't. If you have to, hopefully you have like Jennings or
That
Yeah.
end of list. I guess.
That's where it
be better.
starts.
that's where the list starts and ends. Yeah, so it's not great.
Very small list of wide receivers and QBs. Like I think if you are, I don't know what your waiver wire would look like if you have to start Purdy, but it would have to be pretty thin. I'm not a huge fan of Purdy today.
Not after last
Who's your
week's 3
DFS play?
I've for DFS QBs today, it's either Jacoby Brissett, and then right now I probably have to change the lineup, but right now I queued up Max Brosmer to get the 4K QB.
What year are we in right now where it's Jacoby Brissett is the DFS play for like 3 straight weeks?
He just turned on his I'm gonna sling it swish, but he just became just like all-timer, just sit in the pocket, rip it 45 times a game, and we love that. And also Mike Wilson might just be the best receiver we've ever seen, potentially. Top 5,
You know,
he
when,
not number 5.
When Andrew Luck retired, I was like, hey, at least we got Jacoby Brissett.
Last year, when Brissett was a Patriots quarterback, I thought, well, at least he should be competent. And maybe all his trials and tribulations have built him to this one magical moment to be the Arizona Cardinals de facto starter for one season.
Maybe he's having a Baker Mayfield or Geno Smith-esque type of run right now, or Sam Darnold. Like maybe he's finally the quarterback. Maybe he's finally going to be a QB1.
Oh, we can only hope. Just real quick, JRSWO needs to start 3 full PPR. Trevion Henderson, Rico Dowdle, Breece Hall, Bucky Irving, Devin Neal, Ricky Pearsall. Currently have them ranked in that order. So
I would agree with your order. I might move Devin Neal up one spot over Bucky because Bucky's coming back off of an injury, and they still might run with Tucker and White. They might slowly get him involved in that game. And Devin Neal is the running back in New Orleans. I know. Taysom Hill exists, but not really. But yeah, Henderson, Rico, and Brees, I think are our starts right there.
I think I would drop Rico down a little bit.
Oh, Rico had
They're playing the Rams.
Rams.
Yeah,
Never
I'm
mind.
thinking
Yeah,
the
I
same
would. I
thing,
would move
Devin
Rico
Neal
down.
over Rico.
Yeah, I just thought about it. Rico was on our start sit show on Wednesday also, and yeah, we were Rico or Saquon Barkley was an ugly matchup there, but yeah, you're right. I think Rico does get down. I think Rico's down to 3 or 4.
I need
because
Bucky
of the
today,
Rams
but
defense.
I'm not confident on him coming back this week's just going full bore. So
Frankly, if there's a time for Bucky to get back in it, I kind of think it's against Arizona.
yeah, he'll have
But
the
I don't know.
opportunity.
That their rookie Nolan, I forget one of their DNs who's kind of playing more now. It's been pretty good. I don't think that's enough to really make Bucky bad. But hey, here's hoping the injury is fine.
I'm really concerned about him first week coming back, and then also Tucker's had some good weeks. Tucker's had one good week, which has been predicted, and Rachaad White still weirdly gets that workload. I'm a little concerned about that for Bucky. I do hope he gets back and he returns back to being RB1 though. I have him in too
So many people need him. So many people need him in the rosters if they're still even in contention. I know, John, you said you need Bucky, right?
I do.
Oh my gosh, is it a win it in today for that team?
I think that's actually my fishbowl team. So it's just I need the
Oh,
points.
so definitely for sure. All right, Charlene's back. She needs 2 wide receiver and 1 flex. Puka, Alex Pierce, Cortland Sutton, Isaiah Hodgins, Kenny Gainwell, and Brenton Strange. Puka. Man, what do you guys think about Isaiah Hodgins? I'm not a believer, but he's come through the past 2 weeks.
Again, not a huge believer. On this list, I almost go Gainwell. Gainwell's kind of really taking over that Pittsburgh running back role. I think that has a lot. He has been gaining that the snap shares and the points alone. Charlene, we like an Alec Pierce in this on our shows, but I don't know. I'm a little worried about Houston's defense.
Well, what do you think about with Pierce? What do you think about shoot, I just drew a blank. The whole fibula injury and yeah, with Daniel
Jones. I'm not as concerned about Daniel Jones. I think if it was a serious issue, he wouldn't be playing. Regardless. But the fact that he's still out there playing, he looked good last week. That's the thing. Against Kansas City, he had the same injury last week, and he still looked really good. The Colts defense, well, we'll say the Colts defense gave that game up, but we all know, right?
Yeah.
For that reason, I don't think I'm starting Alex Pierce. For your question, definitely Puka. I think I'm going either Gainwell or Strange, and I hate putting Strange like a middle tight end in your flex spot. I'd rather go Gainwell. In my opinion, I think I go Gainwell. I'm not going to be upset about Isaiah Hodgins. Who does he play today?
The Patriots on Monday.
How do you feel about on Monday though?
That still needs another wide receiver too.
2 wide receivers in a flex.
I think
I'd say
Hodgins is fine. I think Hodgins ends up being 5 catches for something. Seeing as the Jets were able to score a touchdown with their receiving core like the Patriots aren't a bad defense, but they're not anything to really be scared of, except for the running game, which is weird because Christian Gonzalez is really, really good. And I won't go too much into the Patriots because that's something I will probably do.
Insider knowledge here, Brian.
I know. It's true. I guess that's why they call in the Patriots expert.
Listen,
yeah,
I would not. I wouldn't have you on here if we didn't like you. So you're obviously here for one reason.
It's just a click comment, honestly. Yeah, no, I think Hodgins is good. I think it's Puka Hodgins and sadly Kenny Gainwell as your flex.
I think you could have a worse. I think you could have a worse flex.
Yeah, I have Gainwell in a little too many leagues right now, and we're at the start of the season. I was like, oh no, but he's coming into.
He is. I'm so shocked. I'm so shocked that he's relevant this season, and I cannot believe Arthur Smith has done it again.
The fact that we went from Jalen Warren to supposed to be Caleb Johnson. Well, it's supposed to be Caleb Johnson from the start to Jalen Warren to now Kenny Gainwell and still no Caleb Johnson.
My shares.
Really annoying.
Caleb Johnson shares.
Yeah.
From our very own Tim Holstad. Hey, Tim. Morning. Start 2. Happy PR. Woody Marks, Devin Neal, Harold Fannin, or Chris Rodriguez. I would quickly say my gut reaction is Woody Marks and Devin Neal would be my 2.
I agree. DeForest Buckner is still out for the Colts, so that's going to make that run defense not as good. I'm not saying that Woody Marks is Kareem Hunt or anybody from the Chiefs, but Kareem Hunt did make Indy's rush defense look really bad last week. And that's all I'm going to say there. Yeah, Woody Marks and Devin Neal for me.
Me too.
I really like Harold Fannin. I don't know how I feel about him yet with Shedeur. It did look like he was kind of Shedeur's main target, but that was a weird game against the Raiders. This is another game where it's going to be really important to see how he does against a solid defense in a bad matchup
and
bad condition.
Yeah.
It's me, J-Rod. Hi, J-Rod. Start Egbuka, Jalen Warren, or Michael Wilson in full PPR. Now, at a glance, it does seem pretty easy to just slam Egbuka and move on, but Baker's hurt, and we might see Teddy in this game, so there is a half pause for concern.
I think you go Michael Wilson. I mean, man's getting like 15, 18 targets a game. Even with Marvin Harrison only taking 7 of those, like that's still the thing is he's not getting 18 targets and catching 5 of them. He's catching like 16 of his 18 targets. So even if he, drops down to 12 targets, that's 10 points right there just on catches for 10 receptions. So I think you go Michael Wilson. What a weird time.
I initially wanted to just say Egbuka, and then we kept reading and it said Michael Wilson. I'm like, skirt.
Yeah. Not Jalen Warren though. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just not Jalen Warren.
Yeah. I think
those two options.
I do want to mention for Egbuka, he has scored over 10 points in full PPR just once in the past 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks. So he's kind of running cold. I would say in the flames with Michael Wilson for sure.
So before we get to the next question, usually I would freeze these more in the freezer. I'm not doing it for the sake of time, but now we're just doing a simple breading. So they were in the freezer for a little bit to get a little cold, but you do that so they don't explode everywhere when breading. Next question.
Our very own Arizona Cardinals expert said, I'd rather go Warren out of the 3.
But Kenny Gainwell.
I don't hate it. I think between the two, between Warren and Gainwell, you're going to have some amount of split against Buffalo. It's going to be an interesting, gotta have it type of game. I think if you own one of the other Pittsburgh running backs.
Aaron Rodgers is back this week too, right?
He should be back, but he has just some amount of fractures in his hand, so I don't know what's going on there. He's just doing his thing where he's always healthy and everything's good. Cody Boye, Judkins, or Jalen Warren. And start 2, Justin Jefferson, Wandale Robinson, or Troy Franklin, full PPR.
Oh my God. The fact that we're actually getting questions of starting Justin Jefferson or not is terrifying. Justin Jefferson really hasn't been. I mean, we talked about this on the Wednesday show. He has not been good the last several weeks with JJ McCarthy. Obviously, Max Brosmer's in there this week. So that could be, we don't know. Honestly, if you're Max Brosmer, you're feeding Justin Jefferson as much as possible because you want to continue starting NFL games. But, okay, Judkins or Warren is the first question. I think I'm going Judkins in a snowy game. I feel like you're going to be running the ball a lot more.
And San Francisco is giving it up, so.
Yes.
Yeah, full agree on Judkins. Dowdle should have had a way better game, but he had 6 carries last week against San Fran. Classic Carolina Panthers. For the wideouts, though, I am horrified to say Wandale and Franklin.
I am horrified. I think you. The only thing is that the only worry you have here, obviously, is Max Brosmer gets Justin Jefferson involved heavily, and then now you're like, why did I say Justin Jefferson in one of the most important weeks of the fantasy season? It's not the most important week. Next week is, but what happens when he scores 25 plus points today, and Wandale doesn't? Wandale does get targets, though. That's a thing. I mean, target hog in New York.
He was limited in practice on Friday with that ankle injury, too.
Wandale or Justin?
Wandale, yeah. Yep.
All
so
right.
I lean Justin just with that worry, too. I mean, Dart's coming back, but I still lean Justin. How can you? It's hard to not, but.
It's hard to bench. It's hard to bench somebody like Justin Jefferson, but when the man has been like wide receiver 36 over the last 6 weeks, it becomes a little easier.
I think
this one is tough.
I think, Justin, you made a really good point. How ready are you to look at your roster and see Justin Jefferson benched? And you lose because of it, you're thinking logically. You're like, he has been bad, but now we have a lot of different things going on here that can make it different. I don't know. If you have the bravery, sit Justin Jefferson, play Wandale and Troy Franklin. Monitor that ankle, I guess, for Wandale, but at that point, since it's Monday, you're gonna kind of run out of time.
I think you start Wandale. It's sad to say, and hopefully you have a great week where coming into Monday you don't have to really worry about it. But I think you're starting Wandale and Troy Franklin.
Welcome to 2025, where Justin Jefferson gets benched for the PPR scam artist himself
in week 13.
In week 13. All right, how do we all feel about Terry McLaurin coming back? As someone who bought Terry McLaurin in the offseason for his dynasty team, I feel pretty excited. I get to finally throw him in the roster, except for the fact that he's up against the Denver Broncos, and that feels horrible. Glad he's back. Don't think I'm going to start him if I can avoid it. I don't want to start him.
Yeah, I've held on to him this whole season too, and I've got him on the bench. Just he's questioned. I mean, he's just come back and had that re-injury, and it's just slowed him down. And I just worry that this first game back now, if he proves to last the entire game next week, I'll bring him back up.
Yeah, I don't think I'm starting him this week. Let's see a
Ace Bama. Flex 1, BTJ, Oronde Gadsden, Brenton Strange, or Jaden Higgins. I am not playing Brian Thomas Jr. You couldn't pay me at this point in the game.
No. I think you're starting Jaden Higgins.
I would really want to play Oronde Gadsden, but I don't know how the offense is going to kind of operate post-bye week. And he is still a little banged up. I haven't seen many reports, but I know he has like some sort of quad contusion, knee contusion. So we'll see how that impacts his game. I would wait and straight. Yeah, I agree. Jaden Higgins for me.
Jaden Higgins is going to be a bigger boom bust player, and I'd rather get him on his boom. He's been killing it the last couple of weeks, and I think that continues. I mean, yes, the Colts secondary theoretically should be one of the best, but as long as he's not up against Sauce Gardner, I think you're fine. And it's a divisional matchup. Those are always hard. Oh, no. Trey Tucker or Darren Waller? Darren Waller coming right off of IR.
I forget who the Raiders are playing already. Vegas is playing the Chargers. I don't know.
That's just ugly.
That's
really
unfortunate spot to be in. For what it's worth, Darren Waller
play?
does walk in and score touchdowns.
He does. Who's Miami play? Saints.
Miami
right?
is playing the Saints.
I think you go Darren Waller, unfortunately.
I lead Waller.
I hate saying that, but I think it's Darren Waller.
The main selling point I would have for Trey Tucker is that Chip Kelly is gone. The new Raiders will now have a new play caller, so we can pray they either gets more deep shots or just any sort of look from Geno, because that Miami defense isn't stellar, so there is opportunity for him there. But I do think Darren Waller the Chargers defense is pretty good, so I got the teams picked up. Yeah, just go Darren Waller.
What do you think, John? Darren?
I say Waller as well. Yeah. I did hear something yesterday where they were talking about Pete Carroll's son being part of the reason that Chip Kelly is gone, and because his son's more taking over that offense, or everything goes through his son before it's actually sent down. And so I think there might be some back and forth with that that's going to play a role in who's calling the plays. So until they get that all figured out.
Isn't his other son like on the defensive side too? I thought I saw something like that where he's got two sons as coaches. Anyways, if that's not nepotism, I don't know what it is. Wandale is too better. Yeah, he does. It's sad.
Just you were having
targets are one thing. I mean, Wandale's getting targets, but at least the ball's getting to him. JJ McCarthy can't get the ball. Wasn't getting the ball to Justin Jefferson, which is the problem. I think Justin Jefferson's best games were when Carson Wentz was playing, and then, I mean, now we're on to QB3 now, so it's tough.
Charlene's commenting saying she's got some ugly leagues, but she's sitting in fifth, and that's the way this season seems to be going. Because I've got a couple teams that, from draft day, I was like really proud of them, and those are the ones that are in seventh place, and your ones that are scraping and playing that waiver wire every week are the ones that are actually in the top 4 or 5 going into the playoffs.
Leagues that I don't care about that are doing really well, and it's the leagues that I do care about that I won championships in last year that are just falling apart. I mean, Lamar Jackson scoring 7 points on Thursday was really bad. That Lamar Jackson scoring 7 points is basically going to eliminate me from the playoffs in a league that I've been in the championship for 3 straight years.
Well, you got your premier starters Josh Allen and Gibbs. Josh Allen 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago, and then Gibbs last week. You know, you get your big 40-point games and above, and then you come down with a 6-point game. Yeah, and you can't predict that. You can't.
That's the problem with Gibbs this year. It's, he either has a really big game or nothing. And that's just somewhat of I think the top scoring players. Even Jonathan Taylor's, you get 20 plus points or you get 7 points, and that sucks. Marv Wilson or Franklin can only start 2.
Wilson and Franklin.
Yeah.
Kind of what we said earlier. I think Marv coming back from injury is just enough to wait 1 week.
I do have the same situation with Marvin and Wilson on the same team, just because I had to bench or put Marv, when he got hurt. So then I had to pick someone up and happened to get Wilson. So now I'm faced with having them both on the same roster, which with Brissett, I think in a flex spot, you can, once they're both rolling, he's going to throw it and sling it enough that we might be able to survive with both of them on starting line. But
yeah, I think the Cardinals passing attack is exciting. I think Mike Wilson's probably going to be a little better today.
We need Bo Nix to have early Bo Nix, not as of late where he's.
Well, we've seen fourth quarter Bo Nix the whole game.
Yeah,
that's all we need.
Right.
I picked up Wilson when Harrison went out for injury. I also have McBride, so I was struggling to find the reason to start 3-card players. The reason why you play 3 cards players is that they put up 350 yards of passing offense. And the 3 players, or I should say the yardage is pretty much consolidated just those players. Yeah, for this week, I think start sitting Marv would be okay.
Yeah. All right, we're about to fry. We're about to get some good stuff here. So we're at 400 degrees and our oil for our oil. As we're about to fry, I have a question, or I have a 7-leg parlay, not parlay, ladder in Underdog. By the way, $5 gets you $100 in bonus funds if you use our code FN Plus for new customers only. So that link is in the description if you play there. But so I picked 7 players to score touchdowns in each of the games, each of the 1 o'clock games. You guys want to tell me if this is actually going to happen or not?
Yes, I don't need to hear all of it. It's going to happen. Today's the day.
Okay. Today is the day. $5 for $229 on a 30% profit boost. I think it's a flex play too. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, touchdown. Devontae Adams, touchdown. Travis Etienne, touchdown. Jalen Waddle, Trey McBride. And this was the hard one, Darnell Mooney.
Also touchdown for Darnell Mooney.
Also, all 7 of these players touchdowns. Figured, no Drake London. Kyle Pitts hasn't really scored a touchdown in a while. Somebody's got to score.
I like it.
I didn't do Bijan. I wasn't trusting Bijan to score a touchdown.
Hey, he caught 50-yard touchdown last week, Darnell Mooney. So I'm in. Why not, right?
It's against the Jets, so
right. So I'm hoping Darnell actually finds the end zone today. It is a flex play, which the great thing about flex plays is that if one doesn't hit, you still make some money.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's why Underdog's so great.
I was 14 yards from Patrick Mahomes passing yards to make a solid $200, but he missed, so I made a whole 75 cents. So. That was great. That was fantastic for me.
In the green, count it.
Exactly.
What up, Stephen Grease? Pick 1 wide receiver and 2 flex. Jalen Waddle, Lad McConkey, Rico Dowdle, Ken Walker, and Devin Neal. Also, which defense are you playing? The Broncos, or the Chargers?
Broncos.
wide receiver, I'm going McConkey. Waddle's, like you said earlier, Brian, is showing to be steady, and two is finding him. I don't know what it is about McConkey. I can't let go of McConkey. I've had him, and I just can't stop playing him. So that might be my bias getting in the way. Defense-wise, I'd say Broncos. Since
Amari and Hampton went down, Lad McConkey has been a lot better because they actually have to feed the ball to somebody else, which is great. I'm a little concerned about Lad in the playoffs, for the fantasy playoffs, because everybody's been relying on him a lot, and hopefully with Amari and Hampton coming back doesn't really hinder his actual play.
I would definitely want to play both Jalen Waddle and Lamb McConkey. So whoever you pick in the wide receiver spot, it doesn't matter. But I do think one of those
Try
two
to
are
get
definitely going to be
two
in.
flex, yeah.
Yeah, and then the third option,
I'm going between Walker and Neal. I was trying to look up some stuff, but
yeah, my gut wants to say Ken Walker. He's just on a better team, and he's getting more reps recently. But Devin Neal's kind of more of a I'm going to call him a floor play. He's got a lot of opportunity as the main running back on the Saints. So definitely split between those two. I would lean towards Ken Walker.
I think PPR versus, I don't know if does it say PPR or not, because Devin Neal, I believe, is more of your PPR monster.
He gets a lot of targets when he's playing.
That might play a role too.
Yep.
He's really picking up that Alvin Kamara role in New Orleans, which is really nice.
And then any thoughts on a defense between Denver and the Chargers? Denver is playing Washington, and the Chargers are playing the Raiders.
I'm leaning Denver, but it's just because of the season they've been doing so far. I wouldn't stop them now.
Yeah,
Plus, they got two of my Niners this year, so that made me mad.
I do think this is a Broncos defense play. All right. From Hunter, M2017, start Bo Nix and Sutton or start Jackson Dart and Wan'Dale Robinson? This is a great question.
So we want this stack, but we don't know which stack. I think if you're picking this stack, I think you're going Dart and Wan'Dale. I like Wan'Dale more than I like Sutton right now.
Also, Dart just has that running upside.
He
will fall into the end zone. I can assure you. Justin Fields did it against the Pats. I think Jackson Dart can do it as well.
You were talking earlier about DFS and stuff. I actually switched off of your boy in New England there, Drake May, and actually picked up Dart because in our salary, Dart was only 3,900, which I don't know how that happened, but so I put him back in that spot.
Oh, me and Tim talk about it all the time where the DFS salary sometimes just like blow my mind about what do they know, what do we not know? Like, why is Jackson Dart under 4K when he puts up routinely 30 points? Okay, sure. Fair enough. Yeah, I like Dart and Wan'Dale over Bo Nix and Courtland Sutton.
Yeah, I hope that ankle doesn't hurt him because they could have a good day.
Yeah.
Sorry, just gonna make a lot of noises here. We are finishing up the croquettes here, as you can see.
Croquettes are looking good.
Nice and golden. I sprinkled a little bit of black truffle salt over the top of them. I understand you probably don't have that from Thanksgiving, but you can do regular salt. It's fine too.
Oh, would you use truffle on Thanksgiving meals? This is now a chef question because that seems like a flavor that doesn't really like. I feel like it could both make sense, but it seems weird if I put truffle on my turkey.
I don't put truffle on there specifically. What I did, I have this from Spiceworks in Bloomington, Illinois. Let me get the good camera here.
There it is.
This is just a black truffle salt or sea salt. So what I did was when I took all the turkey meat off the bones and then confit the dark meat, and I pounded out the breasts and then sprinkled truffle salt, black pepper, did some rosemary sprigs inside of it, and then I rolled it up. So it made it it's a different flavor. I'll say that. So you could, I wouldn't use whole truffle. I'd use like a salt or an oil or something.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Any way you can ship that via Goldbelly or something, please do. That sounds incredible.
I'll send you the address. You can just drive here. I'm sure from the snow, and the snow from New Jersey won't really be that much, right?
All good. No, it's fine. I got the skis for the car. I'll be there in a jiff. It would actually be faster now that it's snowing. All right.
Clyde Moore.
Woody Marks or Tyler Algier at flex, full PPR. I feel this is pretty.
Woody.
I should say easy for me is Woody.
I think it's Woody. I'd have to look more into Tyler Allgier's stats. I just dropped Tyler Algier actually. He was doing pretty well. He was getting quite the snap, quite the utilization. Good Lord, I can't use my words today. And then that offense changed when Michael Penix went down. How is Algier doing?
Algiers had week 10 was 17 points, 11 was 9, and last week was only 5. So
yeah, so he's going down now.
Bijan's getting it all.
He's even getting the touches. He's just not getting the touchdowns anymore, which usually means he's not getting the red zone touches anymore. So in the Atlanta Dome, I haven't heard that name in a while. I think I lean Woody Marks still for the fact that, the Colts rush defense isn't as good right now with DeForest Buckner being out.
I can see the vision. Yeah, I can see the vision for Tyler Algier though. If he falls into the end zone twice, like he has throughout the year.
He's gotten touches the two of the last 3 weeks. It's just he's not getting into the end zone, which is the concerning part because I think Tyler Algier is he needs to be in the end zone to be getting you fantasy points. He's not getting the volume and receptions and everything else. He is just a pure running back on like third down and stuff.
Yeah, the Zach Charbonnet school of running backing.
God, why are so many teams doing that this year? Like, I feel like more and more teams have, that elite level of running back, and then we're going to pare it down with a mid-level running back. And then we just have 2 running backs. And then instead of getting one of them involved, we get the third running back involved.
Blame the Lions.
Seahawks, I'm talking to you, man.
Detroit Lions.
Yeah, blame the Lions. Is it the Lions or was it Ben Johnson, though? Because, now the Lions can't even do it with Montgomery. But the Bears are doing it with Kyle Monangai.
That's Rutgers legend, Kyle Monangai. So, should have been starter. But honestly, actually, it can go back all the way back to Sean Payton with the Saints, with Kamara and Mark Ingram. Those were both 2 really good running backs that kind of demanded time.
All right, look at this. We are finishing up the frying. We're going to get the little crunch test going here in a second.
Do you make a sauce for those?
I would. I did not. Honestly, you could do ranch. You could do an aioli. You could do gravy. What I'm going to do is slowly slide this out so I don't spill oil all over my hand. That has hurt before. I've done that before. It's not fun. I will say that. And then here we go. We're going to, before we get to Charlene's question, I'm just going to played a couple of these. One's fancy. That's what I was looking for. I have a little pecorino cheese. You could use Parmesan, whatever. Just a little sprinkle. Oh,
My wife grows microgreens. I think a little douse of microgreens on the top would add some color and look good there too.
Yeah, I got a little diced chives.
There you go.
I heard you coming. So yeah, there's the there it is. Now we're just gonna the taste.
Hear that crunch?
It's very hot.
I was gonna say that just came out of the oil.
It's a little hot. Maybe let them sit for just a couple minutes. Well, yeah. Like I said, you can use the leftover gravy that you might have. I might honestly use some ranch. This is good though.
Ooh,
Oh.
that sounds pretty. That sounds pretty good.
Ranch.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
God, that's absolutely hysterical. I'm legitimately shocking. At least like crack one open to see how hot how it was.
I mean,
We didn't forget about Charlene, but we just got a notice here on Discord. Koei and Vance was asking half PPR Gadsden or Waller.
Ooh, interesting. Gadsden or Waller? Man,
Some of these are so tough.
I would say Gadsden very hesitantly.
That's where I'm.
And I can easily be
leaning
persuaded.
to.
Someone tell me why I should play Waller instead.
walking touchdown.
Yeah, coming back. It's what he was doing when he left. So it's what he could come back to.
Walking touchdown.
Waller it is. Easy. I'm easily persuaded. No, where? It's 56 and sunshine here in Houston. Oh, it must be nice. I am jealous. Though it's not too bad here in Jersey. I don't think it's snowing just yet. It was snowing yesterday in Massachusetts, which that was a bummer. But I was able to dodge that as I traveled away from family. Okay. I guess we'll answer a question now. Charlene, 2 PPR. Wait, 2 PPR. Okay, need 2. Sutton, Egbuka, Pearsall, or drop 1 and pick up Parker Washington. The other option is also to drop Sean Tucker for Kenny Gainwell. Oh wait, sorry, different question. That's two-parter question. The second question is drop Sean Tucker for Gainwell rest of the season.
I'm back, I think. Can you guys hear me?
He's back.
Yep.
I can hear you. He's gone. He's back.
There he's back.
Here.
Yeah.
I'm here. There you go. Had to, feed the wife. So you guys can hear me though, right? Like I disappeared, didn't I? Okay.
Yeah, we
cool.
got you.
Charlene, what is going on with the scoring? It's 2 PPR and then 8-point touchdowns.
Oh wow.
Brian, it's not like that league that Sean runs. Are you in that? You're in that
I
league,
am
right?
in that league, and
That league is ridiculous.
You fools decided to ignore the 25 points per rush and drafted wide receivers in the first round.
I drafted a bunch of running backs and defenses.
So I guess it's also a dynasty league, so and I think we're gonna change the rules eventually. Okay. Yeah. So all right. So this is 2 PPR with 8-point touchdowns. Sutton, Egbuka, Pearsall, or make a move to pick up Parker Washington. We'll start with that question first. I think I'm playing Egbuka. I don't know if I can drop any of them though.
No, I ain't dropping Pearsall.
Sorry, I was
With
trying to find the
Parker.
players you were talking about.
But I'm not
Where is
playing-
this at?
But I'm not playing Pearsall either.
Think, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and. Oh man, I don't love Sutton, but at least in this matchup, it seems okay. Parker Washington has been more of a PPR monster, so that feels. I use monster very loosely there. He has been fine in PPR. All right, we'll get Justin back in a second.
I think
Yeah.
they're blending Jacoby in too a little bit more, and I think that's going to take away a little bit from Parker as we move on into later in the season too.
Yeah, I think it's got to be Sutton and Egbuka, unfortunately, this week. All right. Then Sean Tucker for Kenneth Gainwell rest of season. What are your thoughts on that, John?
With Bucky back, I think there's more play opportunity for Gainwell, as we've seen, even with Warren staying in there. I think it could every week could be a 60-40 split, whether Gainwell gets a 60 or Warren gets a 60.
Agreed with whatever was just said.
That's our host. That's our perfect host. The other option is to drop Sean Tucker for Parker, not pick up Kenny G, have KW3, Monty, and Judkins. I think anything you do starts with dropping Sean Tucker.
I agree. I do agree there. We've talked about on the shows that Sean Tucker's had his one game, and that's all he's going to get this season. So I would pick up Gainwell over Tucker. Charlie, I can't believe we're talking about this, man.
Justin, you're making me hungry.
I know. That's the theme of the show is by the time we hit noon, Justin's just eating and everybody's like. Secondly, Marks or Gadsden at flex. Already have McBride at tight end.
Marks for me.
That's close because I looked up a stat with him earlier, and he got 17. I can't remember the exact numbers, but 17 points 3 weeks ago, and then he's gone downhill since then as well. Let's see if I can pull it up real quick. But you want the dual threat with him is just Gadsden sharing the targets with McConkey and everybody in the Chargers, and Omarion will be back, so I think that'll play a role further down the line, not just this week. If you're going just this week, it's tough.
Yeah, I remember Marks getting a lot of opportunity, which makes me kind of keep saying Marks. But you make a really good point. I didn't actually see the numbers that he's put up, which has been pretty middling. Also shocking, he's only had 2 catches in the past 2 games. That doesn't seem really correct, and yet they've won both games, which is the worst part of trying to break down things for fantasies. When the NFL team wins and your player didn't do what he needs to do, how do you keep convincing yourself that they're going to go back to them?
The other stat I read was he's got 13 of 14 rushing attempts in the red zone, so they're giving him the ball, but he's just not producing.
Couple of actives and inactives for today. Baker Mayfield, Bucky Irving, Marvin Harrison Jr., Bam Knight, Tyler Warren, Chris Olave, Chig Okonkwo, and Alec Eilmanor are all active. Tommy Brown is not, and that's the list.
Talking about Eilmanor coming back, how do you think that plays a role with DK having the season that he's had the last couple of weeks with Eilmanor being out? Cam Ward sort of getting better.
I like the Titans next year, like kind of a lot. I think DK has thoroughly impressed me, and with Eilmanor coming back, I'm not too worried about it. They kind of play different roles. I do think DK is like worth flexing if you need to. But yeah, Eilmanor to me should be better, but he's not. I don't know. I had pretty high hopes for him as someone who watched a lot of his tape in the offseason over at Stanford. Yeah, just kind of I'll call it a disappointing but kind of expected rookie season for him. Meanwhile, DK is doing a lot more, even on special teams, and that's kind of why I like him as a play, because he can kind of score from punt returns too. I think he has 2 or 3 on the season.
Yeah, if you have those return yardage, DK I think is a play every week, just being on that side of the field. Also, Eilmanor being back should open DK up a little bit more in the offense as well, because now they're going to have to go back to covering Eilmanor as well.
I'm trying to think of any other officially outs. Hampton's out. Jane Daniels is out. Dre Benson, Amari DiMercado, both out. Alvin Kamara officially out. Oh, I think we knew that as well. And then Tutu Atwell. So sorry, everybody. Tutu Atwell is going to be missing today.
No.
I know.
Well, in that same line, Alan Lazard is active today. So,
huge
news. Probably
back.
one of the hugest. Make sure you put him in your line. Do not put him in your lineup. Actually, do not.
My 32 starter league. He's in there.
Oof. All right. Well, if you guys have any more questions, be sure to either drop them in the chat within the next 30 seconds, or hit us up in our Discord. You can find our Discord link in the description underneath this video, where Brian, John, Sean, Josh, everybody is there to answer your questions for whatever else help you need, whether it's a waiver pickup, a start sit pickup, a trade question. We are always there to answer your questions. Thanks for watching our show. Be sure to subscribe if you are on either Fantasy Now Plus or Finstock Sports Network. Be sure to subscribe to both. Finstock Sports Network has all your Dolphins and a lot of other content, actually, wrestling and Miami Heat and other random stuff. But yeah, you can always follow us for all your fantasy content. We have way too many shows per week. Brian's on one of them. John is slowly starting to fill his way into some of them. And I am on 3 of them. So check us out, all of our content. Subscribe to our channel. Follow us everywhere you are on social media, except for X. But that's the show, guys. Brian, John, you guys have any words of encouragement as we get ready for week 13?
You're gonna do great. I don't know who you need to come through this week, but they're gonna do it. No, just best of luck everyone out there in the most important weeks of fantasy. And hey, let's have fun doing it. It's, the season's coming to an end, so remember that we like this game, despite all the injuries and the bad stuff and the unfortunate
This
bits.
is the make or break. This is the point where people stop paying attention, or they pay attention a little too much. Don't get caught up too much into the standings like I was this morning. Like, well, if this person loses and this person wins and I win, then I can get into the play. Just win your game. That's all that matters. Win your game, score as most points as possible. That's how you get into the playoffs.
Yep, stay on the grind. Keep watching people do drops, do weird things. They drop people that you don't think would be dropping. You can pick them up, and that might play a role in the playoffs. So
yeah,
keep on the grind, and as we always promote, keep that new customers on Underdog. Play $5, code FN plus PLUS.
Yeah. And if you win or lose, but you need one more win to make the playoffs, Tuesday waiver show at noon, we'll be back to help you figure out your team for week 14. But guys, that is it. Thanks for joining the show. We are out of here.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.